Good afternoon, everyone. Today we'll be starting with the second chapter, and that is reproduction in flowering plants. Right. So, as we start this particular chapter, you will see that this chapter comprises of many important diagrams, like starting from if we see figure 2.1, right, the structure of the LS of flower. Right, from there itself we can understand that there are four worlds, right? And these four worlds have been very common to us from our childhood days, right? So if we just come from the bottom of the structure, it starts with the sepals, petals, stamens, and pistil. I go it right from the bottom like that. So when I come to each and every parts individually, like the male reproductive part, the female reproductive part, then we will further classify them. But as of overall, we divide a particular flower into four worlds, right? Like sepals, petals, stamens, and pistil. Stamen is the male reproductive part, and pistil is the female reproductive part. Clear? So, when we talk of the stamen can be also further classified into two parts, like the long slender part, which is the filament, and the part which is having the pollen grains, the anther, right? And if we talk of the pistil, it is further divided into three parts: the stigma, style, and the ovary, right? Now, flowers have been used or are used in various ornamental purpose and everything, but actually it is a part of the modified stem, isn't it? Now, stems have various regions within the part of the plant, which also includes nodes, internodes, right? And within the structure of the flower, the essential parts, if we consider it, is definitely the androecium part and the gynoecium part, the part which is the male and the female, right? Now, coming to the part of the stamen, the upper part is actually lobed part, isn't it? And in this portion, the lobes can be of various types according to different types of flowers, but the lower part, which is the filamentous part, is attached to the thalamus. Now, as I was saying, that anthers can be like single lobed or more than that. So, for the time being, we can make them categorized into two way, like monothecous, dithecous, right? Monothecous means where it will have a single lobe, and dithecous means where it will have two lobes. When we talk of lobes, the word lobe is actually coming from the word thika. Thika means lobes. So if it is two, di; if it is one, mono, right? And if we see the cross section of this particular structure, right, the structure of the microsporangium, there we'll be looking, the cross section will make us understand that it is also having a central part. I'm talking about figure number 2.3. If you see closely that figure A, the part of the figure A, there you will understand the structure is given in a very basic manner, right? In a very simplified manner. So from there, at least let us start to understand the figure, and then we will move down to its explanation. And each and every time, like I said, keep your books along with you to understand that what am I explaining at the present situation. I hope you won't be having any problem when you listen to my lecture, and side by side, if you open your book, if you check the figure, it will be any problem. Okay, so Just let's get back to where we were going through. So we're talking about the transverse section of the anther, which we also use the term as microsporangium. Right now, here we can see that the central part of the microsporangium is having a connective part which connects both the lobes of the anther, if it is a di or if it is dithecus, right? So there we will find that two lobes are present, and in between there is a part which is connective, which connects both the lobes, and that particular part is sterile actually. Now, according to the regions where the filament gets attached with the anther, anthers are also named, which you don't have it, so you don't have to think about those right at the moment. What we will focus here is what is given in NCERT first, otherwise we can go beyond explanations and like elaborate explanations, but what we will consider right now is what we have here, and more importantly we'll focus on to what we have it in our syllabus right now. We can go beyond this and explore more. Anyways, so coming down to the part of this structure, at the outermost side you will find that there is epidermis, in between there is endothecium, there is again a layer which is acting as middle layer, then finally tapetum. So when we talk of different layer or wall formation of microsporangium, these are the walls which we are or which we will be discussing about: epidermis, endothecium, middle layer, and tapetum. Each of these layers have their own roles, right? Now, I want everyone to practice all the diagrams. These diagrams are very, very important. Many a time in the exam, these diagrams have come. So do practice. NCERT diagrams are just enough. You need to practice the labeling also. Don't just see them, draw them in any rough book. If you can make notes, that is very, very important, which will help you in further studies as well. If you are looking for any competitive, that will also help you. This chapter got enormous number of figures, labelings, and more you practice, better for you.